Zoe and the Family on ABC. Uh, Tell us. All right, so let's go back to the military. You said where we lost you. Um, so you gave them the wrong information, and they contacted her about the STD.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was basically I just blamed the wrong person. What it was, I blamed the wrong
All
person.
right, so let's do this. I'm gonna give you a redo because that's a horror story that happens probably more often than you think, and not necessarily in the military. Give me a military specific horror story. All right, well let's start with this. What did you do in the military? What was your role?
So I had two jobs. The first one that I joined, I went in as an air traffic controller, and I fucked that up,
Mm.
and I got reclassified as a Patriot missile crew member. So I just drove a big truck, an 18 wheeler that had four canisters with missiles in them. And I would go and separate the trailer, raise up the launcher, and then take these cables 2 miles down range and hook them up somewhere, or a mile down range, and hook them up.
Mm-mm-mm. And which branch of the military were you in?
I was in the Army.
The Army. Mm. Frontline. Supposed to be dead. You ain't supposed to be alive.
Right. Well, the missiles were supposed to be like way back, so technically I
Okay,
should have
so
been straight,
you
but
was in a safe zone.
yeah, yeah,
You wasn't one of them dumb ones.
yeah. Still splash zone, but not.
You had a chance to survive. Okay, all right, that's good. That's good. All right, so what was your big takeaway from the military after joining it? Would you walk away? Would you walk away? Would you really walk away from it with?
A better work ethic, a better work ethic. Um, yeah, just I guess it's uh once I got the information that I needed, it just became very uh easy just to execute, which is good and bad sometimes.
Did you ever get to see the missiles in action?
Yes, yeah, yeah. We did some testing a couple of times, yeah, so I get to see them.
But that was kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah, it was cool. Although the thing that sucked was um is I would raise up the launch and I would hook them up to another truck and they would actually get to fire.
Mm. So you never got to push the
So
button.
I never got to push the button.
Hey, look. So when I'm president, I'm gonna let you push a button.
Okay, all right, all right. Do I get to pick the location?
I don't know about all that, but just know that button I let you push, it's gonna mean something.
I'm gonna shed a tear. Shed a
uh,
tear.
oh, okay. I see. I see a whole bunch of white women walking in the background. You must be at your hunting grounds. What you at Trader Joe's or some shit?
This place I'm frequent. It's called Hoots. It's a little bar. I'm not gonna go in and drink, but yeah, I'm just here in the parking lot.
Okay. All right. So what's tell me about your current love life. How's that going? How's that treating you,
Oh,
Zoe?
Jesus, tits, dude. Um, wow.
Yeah, we just get straight into it on King King's
Yeah,
Live.
you are. God damn. It's been a trip. It's been a trip. Um, it's been a trip trying to, cause I went to therapy, and it's been a trip trying to grow in time
Right.
with someone else, that may not necessarily be growing the same way.
Got to
You know?
drop them. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Just keep
right.
going. Keep talking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's been it's been an interesting thing. Interesting thing to behold. But yeah, I'm dating a Caucasian woman, but she's common.
Okay. How long you been
So
dating?
Jesus, a while, man, like 2 years
Okay, so things
on
are
and off.
getting pretty serious now, huh?
I,
Oh, you don't want to say all that.
it's because it's off and on. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right. Yeah, it's hard to put trust in an off and on relationship. I definitely understand that.
it's like our Discord connection.
Well, two people work at something, it eventually works out. But that's the key.
Yeah,
Both
yeah,
people
yeah.
got to work at it.
Right, right, right.
So let me ask you, Zoe. Um,
And
why do you continue to persist with the off and onness as a man?
why do we
Yeah,
continue to persist?
why do you persist with the off and onness? Why not just say, you know what, I had enough. I'm gonna go find a good woman.
One, it's been trying to figure out which end I want to start this on. But one, it's been real hard to find um a good woman.
It
It's been
is. No,
difficult.
I know it is.
Yeah,
I know. I think
yeah,
everybody knows it's hard to find a good woman.
yeah. And
And
of course, if there's gonna be people on there like it's hard to find a good man. I'm sure it is.
yeah,
Um, um, but yeah. So it's that, and I think I have a habit, man, of consistently throwing people bail money,
yeah.
and
You just want to be a
gotta I
save
got
a
to.
hoe. That's it.
I'm not necessarily saying a
Captain
hoe.
Zoe.
Nah, I'm saving hoes, but
At least not. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Well, see, a big part of my, my passion and drive is helping men really, claim the real power that men are supposed to have. I think we've been led by a bunch of boys, and I think we've developed a lot of habits that are not conducive for masculine living.
what do you mean, such as?
Well, like simping for hoes, for example.
Okay, I got
There's too many guys out there simping for hoes. It's not acceptable. You know,
you. Or
these
happy
hoes,
wife, happy life.
these hoes have a big enough ego as it is. You see, and the truth is that men, we are the chaos controllers, and the women need that. Right? Women need us. Right? They don't want to act like they do, but they do. In fact, need good men. And I think you're a good man, Zoe. I've always, admired your resolve, when it comes to
Uh-huh.
the things that we've discussed in private. And that's why I wanted you on a podcast because, you're always someone that, I felt very connected to, even though we kick it a whole lot.
Yeah.
But, that's my 2 cents on that whole thing.
It was something you said that caught my attention. I swear, man, I just need to start just keeping a pen and paper handy so I can write a thing down. But even when I do that, that means I can't be present in the conversation.
Yeah, it's
So
tough. It's
it's
tough.
just catch
Um,
20.
I mean, one thing I've learned is, recording shit. And so that's why I like doing the podcast, see, because our conversations go all over the place. You'd be like, you know what? Let me pull that back up.
Here's a question. I'm curious. I've because the only people I have this conversation with are they're a lot significantly younger than me. Uh, if there are any ladies on the stream, uh, I'm assuming you're gonna get some eye rolls as soon as I say the name. What did you think about old Kevin Samuels? What you think?
I mean, if you he's kind of like a all right, so I like to look at he had a lot of good things to say. Right? I think his once he started picking up steam, and notoriety, and he started to lean a lot on being very verbally kind of abusive towards women. Um, but I kind of understand where he's coming from because his audience base is very annoying. It's like it's like when you're a certain type of man, you don't have time for that kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's like if I quote unquote consider myself a high value man, then I'm not gonna waste my time with your small thought forms, right? Like you're like, because that's the thing is like a lot of people. That goes back to that thing we were talking about earlier about people not really accepting how poor they are, right? They're looking for things in men that have nothing to do with what really makes a man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's more. It seems to me more self-serving than anything, and it's just teaching people how to be more self-serving, which isn't
Yeah.
necessarily a bad thing because we haven't really been taught how to serve ourselves. right?
Yeah.
But I think there are more, I think there are way easier ways to serve yourself than to try to rely on relationships or anything like that
Yeah.
outside. I mean, you got to be able to serve yourself
Yeah.
internally first before you can
Absolutely.
even get into a relationship and be able to serve somebody else, because that's what relationships are. It's service. And if
Yes.
you don't look at relationships as service, then you're probably looking at them from the wrong point of view,
Yeah.
you know, because that's ultimately what you're doing is being of service to someone. You're giving your all to someone in exchange for whatever you're exchanging it for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you don't value yourself to that extent, then you're going to give yourself away probably a lot more easy. You know,
Mm.
and that's the thing is, my whole life philosophy is based around creating our own reality to the extent where it's like I'm gonna create what exactly I want. But the trick is knowing what you want, because a lot of the times our brain will convince us we want something that we truly don't. And that's the danger in being creators of our own reality and not really knowing ourselves. And that's what America relies on, is you not knowing yourself so that they can keep doing what they do while you stay confused trying to figure out everything else.
They're basically just trying to tell you what you want.
Right.
You figure it out for yourself.
And that's why we're bombarded with advertisements 24 hours a day. Right? It's like we used to only have to deal with advertisements during television. But now it's like, we're bombarded. I can't even, get on social media without being bombarded by advertisements. Somebody trying to tell me what I need to buy and what I need to spend my money on,
Yeah.
And
Look at
it's,
the thing one time and it pops up in your feed a million times after
I know.
that.
The crazy thing for me, man, sometimes I just be thinking about stuff and I'll see an advertisement for it. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I ain't told nobody about this. I ain't searching on Google. I ain't told nobody. And then I get the advertisement for it. I'm like, what's really going on with this stuff?
Man, I'm going to fuck this up so bad. I'm a huge fan of Clive Barker. Uh, and
I enjoy
he
Clive Barker.
said man, which book was that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Um, he was talking about uh like there may be a way in the future where they are genuinely controlling our emotions. Like you were just saying, like what if like someone with a negative emotion is preparing your food and like the sweat or just whatever gets into your food,
The
and
vibes are
now you
real.
are experiencing that. And they were just talking about like we may get to a point where companies can literally just manufacture happiness, manufacture sadness, which kind of makes sense because they'll push out something and be like, hey, this will make you feel like this,
Right.
or imply that it will.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. I think, a lot of everything is the placebo effect, right? I think the first step in everything is really respecting your own mind power, right? The power of your own mind, because your thoughts do create your reality. What you think and what you expect will happen. And I've witnessed that in my own life because I lived 30 years depressed with a very bleak outlook. You know what I mean? I've, multiple suicide attempts in those 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Multiple, just, I got to a point where I realized that I didn't even know what joy felt like.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, I was over
Yeah,
30 years old, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, when was the last time I felt joy?
yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And that shit hit me real hard. So it was like, and I had to look at him like, you mean to tell me I didn't have nothing to feel joyful about? But
Mm.
then when I look at it, a lot of it had to do with my own perception.
Mm.
I could have chose to be joyful about a lot of the stuff I had in my life, but I was too
Yeah,
busy focusing on things I didn't have in my life.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
a big key to life, right? Is the more you focus on what you don't have, the more you don't have it. And the more you focus on what you do have, the more of it you get.
Mm.
And the stuff you want starts to be like, and the stuff you want starts to want you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like we're electromagnetic beings, right? And our thoughts are simply electricity bouncing from one node to another. And so if we can create a good pattern in our brain of electricity, we can generate the proper electromagnetic power to attract what we desire.
Here's a question. You're making me think of this, and this is kind of going not a little bit off the deep end, but have you? There's this video that's been going where what's my man's name? I can see his face. Kevin Gates is talking to DJ Academics about said his girl called him and her battery wouldn't start.
He
So he
tests it.
said that he said he it wouldn't start, he couldn't get it jumping. He literally put his hand on there and was like, God, I want this to start. And he was saying he felt like it wasn't necessarily his prayers to God, but the electricity flowing through his body that
Well,
charged that battery. Are you that far or
I mean, I'm not gonna discredit his experience because I wasn't there, because I've experienced things that most people wouldn't understand. You know what I'm saying? I've been in situations where I felt that I've called somebody back from the dead. You know what I mean? Like literally pulled their consciousness back into this realm. You know what I mean? Like I've been in situations, and I think that our human bodies are a lot more powerful than we're told.
oh
And
for sure.
so I don't I can see how that could happen. Like I mean, because it could have just needed a good, a little charge. And the human body is electromagnetic. And if he touched both sides, he created a closed loop circuit, and his electricity became part of the battery's electricity. You know what I mean?
Do you
And
think it's like like we experience like these glimpses of our potential or power?
yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I think, in especially in situations that require us. I mean, there are documented cases of people who do extraordinary things in stressful situations, like stories about women lifting up cars to get it off their kids, or unreal reaction speed to block something from hitting somebody, or it's there's definitely, I mean, in my experience, I can't discount the supernatural. Right? As smart as I want to think I am, and as smart as I want to be, and as smart as I want to be perceived, I can't deny that there have been times in my life where there's just things that happen that are just completely
Make any
unexplainable.
sense? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it wasn't until I started paying attention to those things that my life ended up getting better. You know what I mean? Like keeping myself closed off from the magic of life is what kept me depressed most of my life, because I've come to the understanding that, you know, I grew up, I had a real beef with religion and a real beef with a bunch of stuff. But life is hard. And it's like I shouldn't judge people for clinging to a higher power just to survive.
Yeah.
And that's the conclusion that I came to. But I also understand that your higher power is only as developed as your own ability to understand it.
Mm, yeah,
And that's what they mean by having a relationship with God, right? Is really, and that's the journey I went on. I went on a journey to try to understand what God was, So I did everything you could to test one's faith, so to speak, because my whole life I felt something. I just couldn't quite explain it,
yeah.
and because I've always known things that other people didn't know for some reason. And I just thought it's because I was perceptive. And maybe it is because I'm perceptive, but I can't be that perceptive. Or maybe I can be, and maybe I'm cutting myself short. But at the end of the day, it's like I feel that there's definitely something something going on. At the end of the day, I do think that this life that we live is a simulation. You know what I mean? Like that we are here, but it's not just a simulation. It's also real. You know what I'm saying? It's like it can be
Yeah.
both things, right?
Yeah.
It's like we live in a, like, let's say our true selves are in another realm, and we're inhabiting these avatars to do things in this realm that we can't experience from the other realm, so to speak. That's the most sense I can make of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Basically, Matrix is what.
yeah, essentially, in a way,
Yeah.
but it's not necessarily. That's things. It's not. It's like it's layered, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? It's
Yeah.
like they paint
Yeah.
it. They paint the Matrix to be a bad thing when it's created for us, right?
Yeah.
And if we know how to live in it, then we can, maneuver a lot better. And I think, understanding our own true power is the first step in living in the Matrix, truly, living in this simulation. Because I, everything I want, I get. And I've been broken in the mud since I was born. You know what I mean? Like, there ain't no, it just don't make sense why I've been where I've been and how I've gotten to where I've gotten, in different places and different scenarios. It just don't make sense, and it does if you look at it from the right perspective. But I mean, from the outside looking in, it don't make sense, and nobody's shit makes sense looking on from the outside in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the whole point of your own personal journey. Is that's what I think. Like all the religious texts are really trying to get you, especially I think Christianity in particular is trying to get people to get closer to themselves. But I think modern day Christianity is a little skewed by a lot of these offset things. But I think if you really pay attention to things that Jesus was saying in the Bible, whether you believe it's a story or whether you believe it's real, regardless of what you believe, the story itself has a lot to be gained. There's a lot to be gained from that story. And I think a lot of it has to do with understanding love and understanding yourself and understanding the boundaries of your own love, right? Because if you don't understand the boundaries of your own love, all you're going to do is sacrifice yourself. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Live your life as a martyr.
right, and that's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so, it is what it is.
Indeed, it is. Indeed, it is. I like that pipe. Is that what do you?
That's
What's in
my
the pipe?
hookah. It's my hookah.
Okay.
I got some guava flavored shisha smoking right now.
Wow, shisha. Okay. All right. I'm used to seeing the hookahs in like the traditional, unless I think it's because I can't see the bottom of it. That's what it is. I
Right, it's
thought it
just
was
a
almost like a
hose.
wizard. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is just a hose tip. I do it up. You know what I'm saying? This is my that's my hose tip. I'll show you the hookah. This is the hookah.
How does hookah make you feel? I've only done it like one time, and I think I was faded when I did it, so
This is the
I
bad
can't
boy
remember.
right here.
All right,
Got the wood grain. I'm Pimp C for life.
all right, all right. Keeping it Midwestern. How does hookah make you feel? Like, is it like smoking a cigarette, kinda, but not really?
Yeah, not really. It's a little different.
Right.
I've always enjoyed. That's the thing. I've always enjoyed the act of smoking,
Yeah,
but I hate the smell of cigarettes.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and cigars aren't that much better for me. I'm real sensitive to smells,
Yeah, yeah,
and I found that smoking hookah gives me the most enjoyable experience when it comes to smoking.
yeah, yeah. Might end up doing that. Of course, I smoke cigars. For the longest, I would not do like the flavored ones. For whatever reason. I just felt like they were beneath me. But I don't know why, man. I guess as I got just a little bit older, that smell, I don't like it in my clothes and
Yeah.
walk, walking around smelling like a foot.
Right. Well, I think this thing is like what I've noticed, right? So when I smoke cigarettes, I got to the point where I smoked roll your own, and I started
Okay.
looking at different tobacco brands, and a lot of those loose leaf tobacco that you can buy doesn't smell the same as cigarettes. It's like the cigarettes, like there's like I seen they probably put a whole lot of chemicals in the paper and shit, like
Mm,
in name brand cigarettes and stuff, because there's just I can really tell that there's chemicals in a real in like a name brand cigarette than when I go to roll your own. I don't feel like there's as many chemicals. You know what I'm saying? And then so when I that's there's when I smoke the hookah, it doesn't feel like there's it feels like I'm just getting the nicotine and this whatever else is with what when you smoke tobacco or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's like the smell. It's like there's a very particular smell about like processed cigarettes and stuff like that. And so yeah, that's what I kind of went towards. I went to roll your own route for a while, and I was like, I just got to give it to cigarettes because they still have a certain particular smell that I don't like having on me.
yeah.
And so the hookah,
It seems like cigarettes have changed a bit. I don't know exactly when it was, but they still smell, but the smell doesn't hang around as long, it seems.
hmm, yeah, there could be something to that. But yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big.
Still
That's
don't
my
like them.
that's my big beef with them. I think they stink. So and you have to like do it to not notice it. You know what I mean? So tell me, Zoe, you still doing
Mm,
comedy?
yeah, I'm still doing comedy, man. Not as much, but I still do it.
Well, yeah, I guess you can't do it as much. You got the new show coming up, Zoe and the Family on ABC.
It's really, man, because my work hours I've just been kind of long, and the call volume is picked up to the point where like I can't like stay in that comedic mind state and like breaking shit. I can't do it like while I'm at work. I
Right.
have to wait till I'm off work. And by the time I'm off work, my brain is fried.
Yeah, work
I'm
really
kind of
fucks you
done.
over. Hmm. We what'd you want to be when you was a kid? When you was a kid, what'd you want
Other
to be?
shit. Jesus. I got a story with that too.
I'm ready
Um,
for it.
I wanted to be a DJ. Be a
Ooh.
DJ.
Okay.
Yeah. Or just somebody where I don't know, man. I just come in, and I could just rock the party, or just like. So I guess comedy kind of fits with that a little bit, but yeah, DJ is what I
That's funny. Yeah, a lot of comedians had dreams of being musicians first.
want.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: why don't you do you do any DJing like in your free time?
I'm trying to get back into it. I was a wedding DJ for a little bit. One of my few jobs. And then that kind of just started it from there. But I did buy a deck. And for a while I was really going at it, but I need to. It's been a little bit. I need to get back into it.
Hey,
Start mixing again.
well, look, I'm gonna need DJs for my presidential tour.
All right, I got you. I got you.
I need you to get. I need you to get
I'm
on your
growing the fro out. I'll do
get on.
it.
I need you to get on your shit. We
All
got to
right,
make
I'll
these
do that.
crowds alive. We got to get them excited. We got them pumped up to vote. You know what I mean? We got to get
I
them.
got
We got to rock the vote.
you. Rock the
We
vote.
got to rock the vote. We bringing the '90s back. We making America great again by bringing the '90s back, not the '50s.
Yeah, it's great again.
Yeah, we're gonna make America great again. uh, everything is great.
That you made so you made me think. So when I was young, man, God damn, I was fucking wild, dude. I went to school faded. I was in the seventh grade, and they caught my ass.
Mm-mm.
And of course, they told my parents and everything, and they made me go to step one.
What's
Are you
step
familiar
one?
with that?
Uh-uh.
It's like a 12-step type of deal.
Okay.
So here I'm at this fucking seventh grader in this meeting with adults, But while we're sitting outside about to go into the meeting, my he's pissed. And he just comes up to me. He's like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I was like, I don't know yet." And he was like, "You better figure it the fuck out." And I don't know why I was like, "Man, I got time, dog. I got give me some time, and I'll tell you what it is I want to do. But how about we focus on this other thing first, and
Like,
then we
Dad,
can
let's
move
talk
on."
about this over a drink.
Yeah.
This sounds like a conversation we need to have over a drink, Dad.
Take this thing down. Go get me a square pizza, and we'll we'll
Uh,
figure this out. Yeah.
that's funny. DJ, I'm telling you, hey, look, do it for yourself, right?
So yeah.
In your free
Agreed.
time, the more, and that's how I started, with the music. I was like, I had to get back into music some kind of way,
Yeah.
and I sucked. I still suck, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I should have just been doing it. It's like that's the thing. I think your inner child has given you a lot of dreams for a reason. You know what I mean? And it's like your life doesn't really seem to really start flowing until you start making your inner child happy.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree.
And
And you gotta not just necessarily just we'll always go back to the childhood trauma. We always got it, but it is a thing of bringing that child with you and reassuring them.
yeah, and I think you just feel a lot better in life when you're, because like I feel that like the identity that you had when you were a child that had all those dreams is still part of you. But as we grow older, we start to suppress that identity, and that's probably closer to more who we are than anything.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, a lot of the reason for a lot of most people's inner turmoil is that we've got so caught up in trying to survive that we can't do anything for our inner child. And I think if people can start doing that more, then a lot of things will fix themselves. Because I think a lot of the issues and problems that we have in this country are just because people are just surviving. Like if you don't know joy, you're constantly trying to take it from somebody else, right? You don't want
Or
other
then
people to
you
be
just kind
happy,
of just hating on them or whatever.
right? And that's no way to live.
You know what? It's an interesting thing, man. Is uh doing the DJing is I would, of course, I'm always DJing like Caucasian weddings. Um, and they would just go out there, man, just dance like it doesn't matter how it looks.
Yeah, they just have
It
fun. I've
none of
noticed
it.
that working
They
at
just
these.
have fun.
I noticed that's the one thing I noticed working these, like these frat shows and these clubs. It's like white people really be living carefree.
Yeah,
Just be,
they let
out there
themselves
just letting
feel that
loose.
joy.
And that's,
Yeah.
that's inspiring, but it's also
Awesome.
maddening if you got any kind of melanin in you. Cuz it's like that's what I think ultimately what has been taken from black folks in this country is the ability to just live like that in a carefree way, because it's like we can't, even if we go in certain places, you know what I'm saying, it's like you know what it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's like it's uncomfortable because it's like but it's like we have to kind of get over that ourselves, because one thing that I've really noticed about race in America is like the places where it matters, race don't matter. You know what I mean? Like when you're out there in the real world, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, 90% of the time, you can't, like, you're bringing those preconceived notions with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in plenty of scenarios where there's been maybe 3 black folks in the crowd, and they are just having the time of their life, and the white people are just having fun with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that, a lot of the apprehension is just internalized. You know what I'm saying? It's like black people won't even let themselves be free sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because we're always worried about something else because that's how it is where we're from.
Yeah,
Right? It's like
yeah, yeah.
it's like we're always on high alert.
Yeah. You gonna catch me looking stupid or feeling stupid or
Right.
or just whatever.
Living life in high alert is not the way to live.
No.
You know
Now
what I'm
you know
saying?
what is your friend that you introduced me to, uh Dwayne Jackson. He had an interesting post. He's a comic.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh
I'm trying to
everybody.
get him on the
He
podcast. He's a pretty big shot for me.
yeah. He when Drake put out his house music album and then Beyonce did hers. He's like, all right, Beyonce got this house music thing. Everybody seems to be doing this. It sounds like black people ready to be happy again.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
seen that.
ooh,
I seen that.
ooh,
That's
that's real.
that's real. Yeah.
That is real.
Yeah, it's tough.
Those-
And I'm
and it-
and I see that happening, in the community. Because it's to me, it starts with the embracement of other music, and there's a lot more
yeah,
black people doing different types of music nowadays. There's a lot of black country singers. There's a lot of a lot more black rock artists, punk artists, everything. I think there was a period of time where black people kind of went away from that, because it was like, oh, that's just white people shit. So the blacks in that
yeah.
was very niche, but it's like now that we're all grown up and we're like communicating with each other, it's like, oh shit, you was listening to System of a Down too? Like we was all listening
Right?
to that shit in private and not talking
Yeah.
about that
And but
shit.
nobody talking about it. Why wouldn't
Like,
we talk about these
right,
dope ass
right.
things?
Why were we not talking about Linkin Park? Why were we not talking about System of a Down? Right? Why were we not talking about these things? We're all listening to them in private. Like, I ain't gonna, hey, you gonna catch me listen to that shit. Then you pull up, you got to put on the Young Jeezy, turn the Young
Yeah.
Jeezy up. You know what I mean? That's,
That's real.
that's
That is fucking real. Jesus Christ, man.
tell
I
me about
remember, man, being young and like it'd be one of those weeks like one of my buddies was like sick that I just kind of rolled deep with. And so, I'll be hanging with, white kids. Um and get real close. Hey, cause I could talk to them and I could tell them, hey man, I heard this freaking dope band or whatever. And they'd be like, oh man, you in the band? And we just start fucking chopping it up or whatever. And they introducing me to their friends. They'd be like, hey man, this is Zoe. He's cool. He listens to blah 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 blah.
yeah. That's a,
And then
that's the
we
funny thing
kind of
about
back
white
and
folks.
forth.
I've noticed. It's like I don't think they want to be racist. I think they just think that black folks don't like them. So they so they
Mm,
so they go on the attack first.
mm,
Cause
yeah,
I've been in plenty of
that's
situations.
real. God damn.
I've been in plenty of situations where it's like I'm with like a certain type of black person, and like if they're like say they're acting like cordial and nice to everybody, it's like white people gravitate towards them. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, I want to be a part of whatever this is going on because this is gonna make me look good to other white people.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like a lot of times, like I said, it's like our own preconceived notions
yeah,
about white people
yeah,
when actually there are a lot of white people just treat you like a person. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up with a lot of prejudices against white people because growing up in Alabama and being biracial, I saw both sides. I saw the
yeah,
private conversations of white folks. I saw the private conversations of black folks.
yeah, yeah,
And I was just confused. I'm like, why y'all hate each other? Y'all are basically the same.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Y'all just do it different. And it's like y'all really let that stop y'all from living life.
yeah, yeah,
And that's but I definitely I have hope for the future. You know what I mean? Because I definitely see the kids. The kids don't seem as racist as the parents. I definitely racism still exists for sure, but at
yeah.
the, but it is it's one of those things where it's like not as damaging as it's still in places can be, but I think for the most part the opportunity is there. You know what I mean? For black people to live their best life, because I see black people doing it all the time.
Yeah.
right? And they
Yeah.
get away from the hood. They get away from that bullshit and they start living.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that's and that brings me to another point, you know what I'm saying? It's like I think that's why brothers date white women a lot, because it's a vibration of freedom that we're so unfamiliar with. That's
Yeah.
attractive, right? Cause don't nobody live life as carefree as a white woman.
Right.
I mean, everything is gonna be taken care of, whether it's the
I
universe,
just gonna listen.
right? Somebody gonna hear her,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you ain't got to spend a whole lot of time with a white woman to figure that out. A white woman who knows her power, shit,
Right.
that's a
Jesus
dangerous
Christ.
bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I use the term bitch endearingly,
Yeah.
but I
Not how we
mean,
say it, but how y'all say
right.
it.
That's the thing I got to work on for my presidential campaign is being able to switch back and forth. You know, people. I got to be careful what I say because you know people take things certain ways.
No context. Your
Right.
camera went out again.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it working again. I don't know what's
Okay.
going on. For some reason, don't want to come on. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know. Shit, just acting funny.
Women. Um, I that is the one thing that is interesting is and I guess it goes both ways. Them not understanding. Well, both of us like not understanding.
Oh boy. Hey, can you hear me? It froze up.
Are you still there?
All right.
You there,
Yeah.
big time?
Yeah. Okay, now I think. Let me see. Yeah, your camera went out now. Shit. Oh, I think my shit having problems. Give me a second. Oh man, technical issues. Technical
Be like that,
issues.
shoulder.
Be like that, don't it?
You be
All right. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can at least bring a camera feed back up on my end. 'Cause for some reason, it's not working in Discord. Like it'll cut on, like it want to work. Like I've been having this issue. I'm using a program called OBS. It's like open source broadcasting software, something like that.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, and for some reason, when I think it has a conflict. There's some kind of conflict between the OBS and my Discord. So let me see if I can just at least put myself back on for the podcast. Let's see. You might not be able to see me, but I'll show up in real time. See, now it's working. It keeps cutting on and
Frozen.
cutting off. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh boy, it got you looking real bright, dog.
Yeah, well, you know, I be shining sometimes. Be flexing in my complexion.
Yeah.
Be flexing my complexion sometimes, you know. Exercise my privilege.
Clouds don't keep the sun from shining, dog.
But yeah. Um Yeah, man, let me see. If I can't get this video to come back on, I feel we might have had a good session. How you feel about tonight? How you feel about it?
Yes, I'm good.
Let me see.
I'm good.
Let's see. All right, well let's try to find something to end it on, cause my camera don't want to work for some reason. See, there it goes. Now it's working.
There we go.
Turn this high yellow light off. I'm already high yellow enough. See, now the camera went out. I think I just got to get a new webcam, to be honest.
You got a built-in joint. You got an external.
It's an external one. I do got a laptop. I'm just gonna turn the camera off, and let's just finish it up.
Ain't this some shit? The tables have turned, nigga. The tables have
Mm-mm-mm.
turned.
All right, we're gonna put you front and center then, so the guests will only see my voice, and they gonna see you. You front and center all the time. Cause let's see. All right, what else we got to talk about? Let's see. How the kids doing, man?
Kids are doing fine. My oldest is in college. He's at North Carolina Central. Um,
Congratulations.
yeah, it feels good, and I feel old. But my middle son, he's in high school right now.
Hmm.
My youngest, of course, he's still in middle, but my youngest still has his coffee business going.
Okay,
Great.
that's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up. You got a few years left to have to deal with your ex-wife.
Right,
I bet
right,
you.
right. You know what, man? All bullshit aside, she like that beginning stuff, like I get it. I hate the way it went down, but I gotta know how it goes, man. Um, she's been a great mom. She's been a great mom. She's worked with me.
That's good.
She's worked with me a bit. So think that I can't be a complete asshole. She's been good to me.
That's good. That's good. But I know you count down to the day you ain't gotta
Yeah. Oh,
sweat
are
that
you
shit.
goddamn right I am. You goddamn right. Yes. Yes, the fuck I am.
uh,
I'm gonna be the most jet settingest nigga. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna be able to keep me out of Lennon. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm gonna be living my Steve Harveyest, my Sinbad in the Bahamas, nigga. I'm telling
it's Steve Harveyist.
you. I'm telling you.
I'm all here for it. That's what we gotta do. We're gonna have to when all our kids are grown, we're gonna have to get together with everybody whose kids are grown, throw a big ass celebration, a Charlie
God
Murphy,
Almighty.
Rick James style celebration.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
We're gonna have to get the purest, uncut, flown in. I know you.
Hey, does the whip of my hand smell funny?
Because I mean, let's be honest. So you can't fuck with white girls without dipping into a little bit of the cocaine. You can't fuck with white girls without dipping into a little bit of the cocaine.
Moth. Oh no, like a moth to the flame.
You know, I don't see the big deal about it, but man, every
About what?
time I've done cocaine, it's really just been just kind of a keep me awake kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all right.
it's like I don't other than that, other than not wanting to go to sleep, I see no use in it. How do you feel about it?
I feel like it's about the same. I'm just a little bit more talkative, if anything. Here's the thing. I did Adderall before I did coke.
Mm.
Of course, that's kind of two different things, but it's like a wakefulness agent, and Adderall makes you, a bit more alert and talkative. So
Yeah,
cocaine was just like it was like I did a low dose Adderall. Was kind of how it felt.
yeah. No, I kind of felt the same way. I never really understood the. I mean, it's definitely in the heat of the party, keeps you going.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
that's really all it does.
Well, that's it. Yeah, make some new friends.
Yeah, it's definitely good for making Caucasian friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you, one of these days, the lid's gonna get blown off about all how much drugs white people do.
The lid's gonna get blown off.
The lid's gonna get blown wide open, cause
Jesus.
these motherfuckers just out here just doing everything,
Doing everything, making
and it'd be people,
new,
it'd be people you don't even think.
yeah, man. Yeah,
You might end up finding out your doctor smoked crack.
right.
That's
What
how.
was that? Wasn't there a a university professor that said that he used heroin, but he was doing like low dose? So what? I don't know how he did it, but I guess it would be like the microdosing of heroin. If that makes any
He
sense.
was going off them perks. That's what he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it
I
though.
believe
I get it.
functional.
I gotta have some weed just to get through the week.
Sweet.
You know, life is stressful. I get it.
I'm less although I smoke in the evening, man. I've been you ever fuck with nootropics and racetams, all those good things?
I've not. I had the opportunity. I've heard interesting things about them.
Yeah, yeah, it gives you mental clarity, alertness. Um, they're not as hard on the body. It's just like anything else. You got to take a little break. But I've been more into those than you know doing wild shit. I know the last time I haven't been doing a lot of hallucinogens here lately, just because the nootropics and racetams have been kind of giving me what I need.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, send me a when we get off. Send me a text about the
Yeah, yeah,
stuff, and I'll check it out. Cause I'm honestly, this thing's like weed is such a headache, especially if you don't live in a legal state. Having to deal with BS dealers, this, that, and the third, and it's like no consistency in the potency. And it's like I need some good
yeah.
shit. I can't smoke that
Right,
trash. I can't smoke that
right.
trash. I can't smoke that trash. I can't smoke that trash. See, now I gotta go write a song called "I Can't Smoke That Trash." But I
My
mean,
homeboy, man, Jesus, man, years ago, not years ago, maybe a couple years ago, he gave me this strain. It was called London Pound Cake,
sounds
and
delicious,
man, that was the first time I'd smoked and like I appreciated music on it.
right?
Um, like I'd heard tales of this happening,
Right,
but
right.
it was just so different. And of course, now they never got that strain ever again.
Isn't that the worst?
Ever a fucking again. Jesus tits.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you don't live in a legal state, you kind of got to get what you get, you know.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
Because there are strains out there that just make you feel so good.
What's your favorite?
Man, that's a tough question. Because I don't feel I've explored enough. I did go to a dispensary in Massachusetts,
Okay.
and I tried
How was that?
about, that was great, man. I tried about 10 different strains because they had a sale on the pre
Ah,
rolls.
yeah,
So
jeez,
I just
man.
loaded up on the pre rolls, and I know personally, Blue Dream was good back in the day, but it seems to not be as good as it. That was it doesn't seem to be as good, and so OG Kush, man, that's my
Yeah,
like. It's hard to find personally, but
yeah,
um, my favorite. That's by far because I like to feel goofy.
yeah,
I like
yeah,
to get when I smoke weed. I like to get goofy, and if I don't get goofy, it ain't. I don't feel that it's good weed. Like I
yeah,
can get high, but I like to get goofy. I'm talking about
yeah,
when my brain starts coming up with shit that makes me laugh. When I can sit there and
yeah.
just giggle to myself for 4 hours straight.
That's a good
That's what I'm
strain.
talking about, and it's hard to find that. I smoked, but yeah, I think they're gonna legalize it after this next election.
Yeah,
Unless
hopefully.
whoever's running is gonna use it as a platform, I'm sure.
They they
I'll
fucking better
legalize
because
it
like this.
if I get elected. If I get elected
You
president, I will take it off the list, decriminalize it, all that. I'm gonna make it
I'm
up.
surprised, man, that Virginia did it before us. I don't know why. Like I had it in my head that we were more involved than them. My fucking
Well,
status ass, but yeah, it's crazy.
well, I think it has like Virginia was more to do with the states around them, because it's
Well, in
our
West Virginia,
well,
yeah, what they? Yeah, they're right on DC. Yeah,
right. It's like they're right on DC, and DC is decriminalized just in DC, but Maryland is still illegal. So, but I mean, shit. What you can take? It ain't that far to get to it. I mean, and a lot of drugs have to pass through Virginia, and it's almost like might as well make that money.
yeah, yeah. Might as well. Might as freaking well. Dude, you were talking about them pre rolls. A mutual friend of ours was telling me that out in Colorado, uh, that it's best to go to the dispensaries on your birthday,
Oh yeah.
because you get a free pre roll,
Hmm. I take
pre
that.
rolls and discounts. And so he was saying that he uh he went around to all the dispensaries and with all the pre-rolls he got, he said he had an ounce,
Damn.
and he spent $1,
Damn.
right? All the
Damn.
fucking pre-rolls.
Now, if there was ever a reason for me to get a gang of fake identities,
Right?
I'm getting an ounce a day.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. I got my daughter lives in Colorado.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is your oldest now, man?
20. She just turned 20 yesterday. Yeah.
Jeez, man. Wow. Have you been able to talk with her?
Yeah, we communicate from time to time. I talked to her on her birthday yesterday. She's doing pretty good, you know. Having trouble figuring out what she wants to do with her life, but you know, hell, I had the same problem, and I ain't worried about it because I intend to be a billionaire. So all her problems will be solved soon enough. But let's see. When's the last time you seen old Pat?
Man, it's been a minute. I just thought about him. No, oh my God.
Hey.
You nigga. Your ass. Man, I thought about that time we went down to your house and watched the fight. I can't remember who it was that was fighting, man. And
I think it was one of the Mayweather fights.
Yeah, man, I have not been that messed up in front of people in a very long time. But you was wilding that night, dog. Jesus Christ. I don't think I have. I wish I would have had my step counter on just for the amount of times I got up out of that chair and ran to the other room. That didn't make no goddamn sense.
What was going on? Refresh my memory.
No, you was talking shit. That's all it was. You was fading and talking shit.
That's what I do best. That's my specialty.
Oh my God. Roasting comics.
Oh yeah. Hey, I ran into Pat. I've seen him a couple times when I was in Charlotte.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing good, man. I think he's an insurance salesman now.
Oh shit, yeah.
Gained a lot of weight.
Really? Wow.
But
he fought so hard to get it off.
Yeah. He's starting to look like one of them Nigerians that own a gas station.
You mean his dad? Is that what you
he's a good guy, man. Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta check in with him, man. But
I wonder how he's doing with the ladies. I know that was a thing with him.
Yeah, I don't know. All he needed was some confidence. That's all he needed.
Yeah, I agree.
I
absolutely fucking agree.
That's one thing that I think men don't put enough credit into when it comes to women. It's confidence. Because I think the confidence is just very telling of security, right? And if you can be confident, that's going to set the stage of being secure, right? A woman don't want to be with somebody who is not secure, because women seek security. And confidence is a very telling sign of some sort of security, right? In oneself. And so that's all he needed was a little bit of confidence.
Man.
And just let some white women fetishize him for a bit,
That's all
desensitize him. Desensitize him to
it. Pat was the first person who told me that I don't mean to put all my homie business out. I hope you don't mind me saying this. But he said that he was attracted to women with wide noses.
Hey. I never
I was like, that's no, absolutely nothing's wrong with that. But that was the first time I'd heard that, is when he said it. I was like, okay, all right.
See, I'm attracted to a well-organized face.
Well-organized face. Symmetrical.
Right. It's just like, I'm not real big on particular features. They just gotta all go together. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you can have a big nose, but if it's gotta look good on your face. Yeah?
Yeah. Keeping it simple.
You can have beady little eyes if they look good on your face.
Yeah.
You
made me think of that What was that young lady that was kind of old? That young lady that was staying with Joe DiOrio, light skin.
Mm.
She was light as hell. But you talk bad about her feet, dog.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Feet.
yeah. I remember her.
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
I mean, she had some old arachnid feet.
Yeah, she has some long limbs, dog. They
Mm.
were, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She hated me after that.
I believe, it, yeah, as she should have. You talk cash shit about
Hey, look, I ain't told nothing but the truth. All right.
her.
If she can't accept the truth about her ugly ass feet, that's on her. I'm just, I'm just an autistic kid trying to be president. That's all.
You know what is I was while you were talking shit to her, I was trying to holler at her. So I'm trying to like something or whatever, say the whole thing, and she's getting distracted. She's damn near about to fucking cry.
Yeah, yeah. I'm too good at it. Yeah, I'm a little too good at picking people apart. That's why I had to stop. I had to stop, man. I was hurting people's feelings for no reason. I
Jesus.
was just raised to, if you see something, say something.
See something. Yeah, yeah. You gotta let them know.
Maybe they don't know, you know.
They don't know.
But I'm I'm I,
My
I'm
lord.
I'm the best wingman to play that good cop bad cop, or
Cop that
you could
cop.
come in to play the savior. I'd be
Yeah.
mean as hell to a woman. You can come in and save her. I'm the best wingman for that. I know how to get under a woman's skin.
You be that, and the nigga be Calgon. Got you. Old Calgon ass nigga. Oh, Jesus.
Oh man! All right, so what are some of adult Zoe's dreams? We know child Zoe want to be a DJ. What is adult Zoe dream of doing?
Adult, so I just want to be. If I don't know how this stand-up thing is gonna pan out, um, I'm trying my best not to get disillusioned, because I'm getting older and that time's very consumed and all that shit. But I want to be involved in comedy in some way, whether I'm writing, for publication, or punching up scripts, or doing sketches that are kind of evergreen. Just
All right.
that's that is my dream. Yeah.
Do you have a Upwork and Fiverr account? You know you can punch up scripts and stuff on sites like that.
No, I didn't know anything about that.
Well, now you do.
Now I do. All
I'll
right,
send you
all
some
right.
links. I'll send you some
Uh,
links. Cause I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like once we have ideas, we often sit on them because we don't know how to get to it. Get from point A to point B, right?
yeah,
It's like, hey, I want to do something, but then you don't know how to do it. You never talk about it, and so it never gets done, right?
yeah.
But when we start talking about these things, and we share information, shit, you never know. You might
I don't know.
you might get on Upwork, punch up a script, get a job at CBS. Next thing you know,
Right.
Zoe and the Family on ABC.
Right. So in the past.
See, I pictured it a lot like the Damon Wayans show, except it's you and a white wife with some mixed kids. You know what I'm saying?
Nice, man.
Think
I don't even want fake kids. That's um,
that'll be great. We'll use that in the show, right? That'll be the
you,
thing. Like you're the reluctant father, right?
that's great. We'll use that in the show.
You're the reluctant father, right? You're like, I don't even want you kids, but you do it because you're a good man and you love them, right? You don't even want them. That's the angle we're gonna play.
That's it.
We're gonna really try to show a man's dedication to his family through the show. You know what I'm saying? So even if he hates his wife and kids, I never wanted you sons of bitches anyway.
The crowd laughs.
Right. They would all laugh because they all relate to that. Because most people didn't want their kids. Damn near 75% of people in this world was born on accident.
Accident.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. Ain't too many plans.
Right. Ain't nobody had the privilege of planning a pregnancy.
All right.
Shit.
Mm,
People just want kids and they get them.
yeah. They just want them and they get
Yeah,
them.
that's how it works apparently. A woman wants a kid, she goes out and gets one.
She puts a used condom under a pillow, and then
And the dick fairy comes,
there was.
drops off a few kids, gestates for
Oh,
a couple months, pop,
bada boom, bada bing.
and I believe the kid just phases out of the belly and appears on. That's
It
how I think
phases
pregnancy
out of
works.
the belly.
Yeah, that's how I thought. That's how I think my kids are born. They just phased out of the belly.
It's just a hollow dick. That's all it
Right,
is.
right. It's all just a big game, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm glad we actually got to do this at length. How long have we been going for?
Man, jeez, man. It's 8:25. We started at like 8:30. I'm sorry, 6:30.
Yeah, yeah, we on just this part of the show. We've been an hour and 5 minutes. So
Okay.
yeah, how much more time I got you for? So
I probably do need to. Yeah, I probably need to get something to eat.
yeah,
And yeah, so shout at the crib. So
that's how all my podcast episodes end with two people saying, you know what, we're hungry.
who have
Cause
you interviewed so far?
really, you're my second person. The first person was Reza Asghari. He's Hollywood insider, comedian. Has some good stories about Richard Simmons and stuff like that.
Oh shit, man.
You know, pretty good episode. Check it out sometime. But
When are you releasing them?
I usually release them pretty soon. Like they're streamed live, so you could always catch the replay on Twitch or YouTube of the streamed version. But then I also take a version and upload it to my podcast distributing source, and they distribute the video and audio appropriately. But
I don't know. You may want to edit this part out. But you were just talking about the silliness, which again isn't afforded to our community, which is why
right.
we engage in it as adults. Uh, uh, I would love to do mushrooms. I'd be very curious to see how, because that one makes me the silliest.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. Yeah. I do enjoy some good old mushroom. There's gotta be some good ones though. I've been getting some shitty ones lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I got somebody who should be.
Yeah, I got a guy. He's in Winston Salem. I met him when I was in Charlotte. Yeah, he's a real good guy. He's he got a business card and everything. He got some good stuff. I got some.
Please give me his information, cause.
Yeah, I got some cartridges. I got some of them cannabis cartridges off of him, and it was pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Come on, dude. What are you doing, dude? Come on, dog. You know I'm here this whole time. You just now telling me this?
I'll send it to you, man. I just met him a couple months ago and got his card because I was at I was at one of these like underground parties, shows or whatever, that we had to set up, and basically they had like vendors. All the vendors were selling weed. You know what I'm saying? And so they had you could do dabs in the lobby and shit.
Christ.
So yeah, I got his card because he had some pretty good mushroom inventory. Looks like he grows his own stuff at least, or at least gets it pretty. It looks like he gets it pretty close to the grower because it don't look like it's been traveled that much. So the mushroom.
Drop.
Yeah, I'll send you the information once.
Okay.
Once I find my wallet, because this card is in my wallet. But yeah, man. Let's. I guess this is a good place to wrap it up, man. Shoot, I appreciate you actually joining me for the full length version.
Appreciate you having me. This is good.
Gotta stay in touch.
It took me a little bit to warm up.
Nah, you good. You good. I'll have you on again sometime.
All right, cool.
Damn, you know. maybe get a. I'm gonna. I'll hit you up next time I'm up through that way, and
Okay, that works.
maybe we can get together, eat some lunch or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, like adults.
Yeah, adult shit. But
Yeah, I got you.
don't forget to get registered to vote, cause
All right,
if I ain't on the 2024 ticket, I'm gonna be on the 2028 ticket. And if
all
I
right.
and
I'm
if,
registered.
so, but we're gonna see how this thing pan out. But there might be some things coming up, man, that I might be tapping you for, because
Okay.
the studio that I do gestures with, we're looking at maybe turning it into a full-fledged studio. Cause I'm talking to some investors right now. No promises, but if the shit go through, we're all utilizing our own internal network first, and you know what I'm saying, to try to make shit happen, make opportunities for people who we think is funny. You know what I mean? So that dream of being, having something to do with comedy might actually come to fruition if things, go well with this gesture show. And we definitely gonna need diversity in the writing team, because
Appreciate you having your mind,
I think right now all we got is a half black guy, and that's me.
bro.
So, but yeah, man, I definitely look forward to keeping in touch. And again, I appreciate you coming in for the podcast. And let's definitely do it again sometime. And
All right.
yep, that's King of Kings live, everybody. Make sure to
All right.
check us out online. And don't forget, vote for Matthew David Garth, President 2024.
Vote.
Gotta get your dick out your throat and go vote. That's all, folks.